So how many of you have done this assignment that I've shared yesterday? Just type done message. I just really want to understand. Ansible task done. So whosoever have done the same, you can type done message in the chat window. Alright, great. I haven't checked yet, but I'll be doing it today. Okay, yeah, Tendulkar, you are very busy actually. We'll do first the session. Alright, it's a lot of people. Great. So anyway, whosoever have done, that is really wonderful. So it's really awesome. I mean, running containers inside container is very awesome thing. Anyway, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to talk about today. Let's just summarize first of all. So actually we started our journey with Linux. Few sessions of Linux we had, then we directly moved to Docker, and in Docker we have done a lot of things, right? Then we moved to Git and Jenkins. Although in Jenkins we have to do few more things, and then we moved to Ansible, and now we are very close to start Kubernetes. Okay, trust me, Ansible is very bit just added version, that's it, right? So this is what, and if you really combine all these technologies in a very much advanced way, you can be a DevOps engineer in IT industry. Okay, so this is not that much small, but the knowledge of Docker and Kubernetes along with Jenkins, a few knowledge of Ansible, and we all are doing on top of AWS, right? So that is something you can now whenever you have free time, just ask me for more assignments regarding the same, because once you get the assignment you will be able to handle that everything. So I have couple of videos on assignments also. A couple of videos need to be published publicly, but yes, you can think about that. Alright, so today we are going to talk about containerized application deployment. That means containerized application deployment, right, in real world. So exactly how people are deploying their containerized application in real world. Okay, so there is a lot of difference when I say in real world, when I say in Amazon cloud, when I say in Docker, it is very much different things. So as of now, let's say if you are a developer, so what we are doing till now, if we are a developer, we have code, and the code got integrated with Docker file, and then we get new Docker image, right? So I think it's very easy to understand now. You have code, you just have written Docker file, and by this build process, right, by this build process you can just deploy Docker image. When the Docker image got deployed, got created, you can push this image to any of the Docker registry. Okay, although we only understand or know about Docker Hub, but like Docker Hub there are so many registries we can push that image over there. Okay, when we push this image on any of the registry like Docker Hub or any other places, So this image is now publicly available. Okay, that means this is the some kind of journey, or I can say here now this image is available to use. Okay, now if it is available to use, definitely this was a developer system. Okay, developer system or PC or laptop. Now this image you can deploy anywhere, right? Let's say you have another server where Docker engine is running. Okay, you have another PC where Docker engine is running, or you have any cloud based server where Docker engine is running. Anywhere you want to deploy this or this. So that means if you have a normal company, you would have a server, you can deploy it on PC, on cloud based server. Okay, anywhere you can deploy it. When I say deploy, it means you are going to do that web application live for real world, so people can use like Google, Facebook or other websites. That's process of deployment. Okay, now things need to be taken care during the application deployment. Things need to be taken care, and these are very important things. First one is security, right? If you're deploying your application like somewhere in any of the environment like server or PCs or cloud environment, the first and major concern for a application developer or for that company is security. If your application is not secure, then the data inside that will be leaked, and in short it may be hacked by any of the developer or hacker or whosoever have the right knowledge. The second most important thing is downtime. Okay, even downtime I can put it to number one. Second, I can say security. Downtime means how this web application is not getting down due to any fact or any reason. So for example, if I want to show you an example of downtime, in RTU in general, when the exam results are announced, your website is not behaving very well. Okay, that means whenever there are so many number of users are coming to access that website, the website is not behaving well. I mean, it is getting slow, sometimes it is not available, we are not able to see the results. So if there are so many users, you have to make sure the website is running as smooth as it was. That's what downtime must be leading to zero, either almost zero or leading to zero. You can think about google.com or facebook.com. So the big word most reliable website is google.com, that is almost having zero downtime. Although you know that how many users are accessing google.com in a day, in a second, in a microsecond, still Google has the same behavior. Okay, so downtime is the major concern for Google or other big companies. Even for maintaining that reliability of site, google.com, Google has created a new engineering department, and that is really awesome. That is site reliability engineer. Maybe I'll be giving some ideas about SRE engineers later on, not right now but later on. But the concern is, the purpose of this one is to maintain that website, so this website must not be down. Okay, must not be unavailable. Okay, so if you are understanding point number one, point number two, just say yes in the chat window, right? Say yes in the chat window very quickly. I can just talk about next component, that things need to be taken care. So for Harshvardhan, it's yes. I hope downtime must be very much understood. right? I'm only getting messages, Harsh, Sonu, Manan, alright, Neha and Rhythm. Okay, wonderful. So as of now, downtime is very important factor. The third factor is upgradation. If you are upgrading your application, it must not also getting down, or without any problem we must be able to upgrade our application. So let's say we have version 1, version 2, version 3 of the application. So the process must be very much smooth, very much easy to upgrade your web application simply, right? The next thing is portability, right? So that means portability means if your website is running initially in the server for 1 year, and due to some reason you think that this server is not that much enough to handle the traffic, so as a DevOps engineer or as an administrator, your boss is asking to migrate this website from this normal server to cloud server. Okay, so that means if you are migrating it from here to somewhere else, this application must be very much portable, so that you can take that code and you can deploy it somewhere else. So that means the portability must be in the web code. So the code must be designed in such a way so it can be portable, and portability comes with migration feature. So migration means easy to shift. Okay, easy to shift. That means there must be the process must not be that much complex to migrate your entire web server from here to cloud environment. Okay, so portability always comes with respect to the code, but migration comes to the entire web server. So your web server can be migrated to somewhere else. So that is what the difference between portability and migration is. Okay, now the next one is auto scaling. This is the most important feature that your platform must have, auto scaling, right? So auto scaling means on demand number of web server must be increased. So about this point I'll be talking about this later on. All right, so that will be something. Okay, so if you are understanding it well, then just type yes in the chat window, right? So right, all right, so I hope you guys are understanding it very well without any problem. All right, great. So auto scaling is again very important feature. And the final one, either we have a list, a huge bucket here, but I'm just showing you some most important features of a web application deployment, and that is fast or super fast deployment. Fine. So that means the deployment process can have these many facilities or options, but it will be great if it has super fast deployment process. So that means it must not be that much complex to deploy, and that must not be that much time taken as well, right? So I hope these all points will be very much obvious. So you know what, these are the best examples in your interviews if you really want to impress your interviewer, and if you are saying these words, security, downtime, upgradation, portability, migration, auto scaling, fast deployment, the person will be really very happy. Okay, so we have so many options. Let's say this, but as of now, everything we want to achieve when we have a containerized application. That means my application is inbuilt or coded with the Docker image. So if we have Docker image, then we need to use that Docker platform deployment, right? So to achieve all these functionalities, we need a proper server setup, right? We need a proper server setup. That means very proper. Let's say if I want to achieve all these factors, I'm calling it FAC factors, right? We have to think about it. So for example, if you are a cloud engineer, right? You are a cloud engineer and you deployed one EC2 server on Amazon Cloud, then you install Docker here, and your Docker image along with the code is here, and you are going to create a container on top of it, because Amazon Cloud is very secure, very fast, so your application will be running. Okay, your application will be running almost forever. So that means if you are having this Docker image and then you are launching an EC2 instance on the Amazon Cloud, let's say this is you are doing on AWS Cloud, and then you are having Docker here, and from this Docker you created this container, and now your web app is running. Okay, web app is running. According to you, this is your real application. According to you, which one is the most difficult thing to achieve out of the bucket list? Right? Which one is most difficult to achieve in the earlier setup that I'm showing you here? If you are doing this, then out of the bucket list, which one is the most difficult thing to achieve out of the list? So you can give one answer each, right? According to you, what is the most difficult thing in terms of your web application? So Rhythm saying is upgrade. What about others? Right, you don't have to worry about things. Migration, auto scaling, maybe, and other people, downtime, super fast deployment, downtime, auto scaling, and security, fast deployment. Deployment is even not in the list. Fast deployment, okay, cool. Downtime, okay, fine. So a lot of answers, maximum answers are illogical. That means you're not thinking about them, and everything is fine. Okay, so the most critical or most unachievable things in this particular setup is downtime, right? Rest everything can be achieved except downtime, right? I'm not saying that much in very easy way, but yes, everything except downtime can be achieved, right? And why downtime cannot be maintained? See, we have very huge server as a EC2 instance, a lot of CPU and RAM and so many things, right? And your Docker engine is running and your container is also running. We don't have lack of networking resources or something, but by any chance, if this server goes off, let's say electricity of this server or internet connection or any bug got tracked or you hacked it or this got rebooted or this got shut off, if it happens, I'm saying if, by any reason, right, if it happens, so Docker engine will be stopped and Docker container will be stopped. Your website is not running anymore, right? So even you have so many huge resources here, so much huge resources here, still web application will be down. All right, and so that we have to plan in such a way, right?